There's a beautiful woman in it by the name of Flora who plays one of the characters, and she's an older lady, and she's encouraging Olivia along the way, to be praying that she can do things, that she can reach out and pray, and that God will work through her. And so Flora takes her on this journey, and it kind of starts off with this fun way of that she's taking Olivia through these things that Olivia's never probably gone through, cleaning and doing different things in this homeless shelter, while eventually Flora sees that Olivia has what it takes, and so she starts to really pour into her, and it just all the way through. And then Olivia sees another woman who comes to the shelter, and she realizes that the life is hard, and there are things that are going on in our world today, and so how can we serve others and do it in a Christ-like manner? So all these little things and characters really contribute to her change.
Well, I'm going to put something forth to both of you, because you think about, and in our community and communities all around the nation, you have people that you see on the streets. You see homeless people. They are carrying carts full of pretty much all their earthly goods. You see people that are on the down and out, and you kind of wonder, okay, so what's the story here? How did these individuals get to the place where they are in their lives? And I mean, it's something that I think a lot of us really can't comprehend. Well, what would it be like for me if I were to lose it all? And you mentioned, Shari, the Dream Center in Los Angeles, which is incredible ministry that reaches out and ministers to the physical and the spiritual needs. What do people, or what did you learn, I should say, about homelessness and really that cycle that people go through as they essentially lose so much that they have?
Well, and I think that's something we all think, oh, this person has to, it's always been like this, or, they're just a drug addict, or they're, or homeless in the nature of alcoholism. And believe me, those are a lot of the contributing factors to people who are on the streets. But there are a lot of people out there. I mean, we have a homeless population that is exceeding the numbers right now with our vets, men and women who have gone through PTSD, that have served our country, that are out on the streets, and that do have a story. We have people who I remember encountering a young woman. She was in her mid-20s at the time, but at the Dream Center, and she said, when I was 16 years old, she was talking about herself, and she said, my dad was a pastor. I grew up in a wonderful home, and I had always been taught about the love of Christ. And she said, I finally ended up going to a party, and she said, when I was standing there, I wanted to just fit in with these kids, and so they were handing around a marijuana cigarette, a joint. And she said she ended up taking some of it. Well, what she didn't know, it was laced with heroin. One try sent her on a downward spiral and kept her on the streets for many years, until she ended up finding herself at the Dream Center and getting another opportunity for life. And so you just never know. And I think that drug abuse, homelessness, those things, it doesn't discriminate. It can happen to anybody at any time. And so we just want to make sure that people understand that there is an opportunity to get to know people and why they're on the streets, and hearing their stories actually do influence our lives. Those people could be incredible, and we just need to be reaching out to them and helping them. But it does make us reflect on our own lives, and knowing that we've been here for such a time as this, and we have purpose, and we need to be loving on the people who are hurting around us.
Well, this is a very serious subject, and Lara, I wanted to ask you about what you perhaps learned about the overall subject matter as you made this movie and acted and interacted with those who were the other characters.
Right. I think one of the main takeaways that I learned as even a lesson for myself was that the act of serving, just what you're doing, to not make it feel like, oh, I'm doing it because I have to, because it looks good, because it's what I'm supposed to do, but to genuinely do it coming from a place of love and kindness and humility. And that's how Jesus served. He came to earth, and as the king, you would expect, oh, everybody's going to serve him. And no, he served everyone else, whether that was healing people or just, washing his own disciples' feet. He was there to serve. So that's just how we need to be. And I hope that serving others will point people to Christ.